Hi, welcome to the Tori Donald Show. I'm your host, Tori Donald, and today we have the amazing Queen of Soul, Lady Q, also known as Laquitta Willis. She is born and raised in Ada, Louisiana, and she is a Southern Soul diva, and I'm here to talk to her today about her legendary career, her new albums and projects, and I'm excited to have you here, Lady Q.
Well, thank you.
So how did you get started in Southern Soul?
Well, I don't know if I sent you my bio, but I got started about 5 years ago. I actually through Jeter Jones, who had met me. I was promoting him at a show, at an upcoming show that they were having him as the artist to perform. And I was asked to promote him because the people that was giving the show did not have social media. So I didn't have no idea who he was either, but I agreed to promote him. And the day of the show, I came to the show, and that's how I met Jeter. Well, when I met Jeter, he had no idea that I could sing. I reached out to him because we were going to have my mother a birthday party. A surprise birthday party. So we wanted to use him as the artist. And so I reached out to him to ask him about his pricing. And he came back and asked me, would I like to be in a video? So that's how we got started. And to speed it up, needless to say, I was in his video, You Deserve Better. There's now over 300,000 views on YouTube. You Deserve Better, and on social media sites as well. And from there, after we did the video, I asked him again because I completely forgot. I was so blown away by him asking me about doing the video. I forgot to get the pricing. So I reached back out to him. And that's when he asked me about becoming a Southern Soul artist on his label, under his label. And that's where I started as Lady Q. Now, I was singing back in 1994.
Oh yeah, with your group Estacy?
Yes, that's right.
Because I was about to mention that too, because you're not like new to music, but you came back around later on because of your event. That's really cool. I know you popped up on my TikTok page and you have like a lot of followers, so I know you bring in a large audience because I enjoy watching you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I listen to your songs, and are you inspired by Johnny Taylor too?
I am. My dad was my inspiration, him, Tina Turner. And in my household on Saturday mornings, that is what you heard. The blues. You heard Johnny Taylor, you heard Tyrone Davis, you heard Denise LaSalle, Millie Jackson, Betty Wright. You know, those were the people that my dad played, the music he played. So yes.
I also love Tina Turner. I love when you sing What's Love Got to Do with It.
Yeah, she is my idol.
So what other projects are you working on now? I know you opened 2 businesses. You do pastries, and then you're the CEO of Embrace My Rolls.
Embracing My Rolls. And I also am Lady Q Apparel and More, which I launched the full boutique, online boutique on June the 3rd. I have been using the online boutique as just a place where they could go and purchase my merchandise. But then I later added my clothes and, apparel and more.
That's June awesome. The 3rd. You do model. You're a plus size model too?
Yes. And I actually, while you mention it, I will be modeling on October the 7th in Shreveport, Louisiana for the, oh God, if I didn't have to say it. But it's something powerful for females and young girls that's making a difference in the community. So I will be modeling for that group.
Are you going to be sponsoring Embracing My Rolls too?
No, ma'am, I won't be doing that there. But I do plan in 2023, if the Lord say the same, I do plan to sponsor my own fashion show.
I also want to wish you a happy belated birthday. I know you celebrated in August.
50.
Yes, you look great.
Well, thank you.
Any new music coming out?
Well, I released My Man in June, featuring Stephanie Lucky. Omar Cunningham wrote that and wrote and produced that song. It's kind of like a 2000 version of Shirley Brown with what's the song?
Woman and Woman.
Woman and Woman. That's right. That's right.
I listened to that, and it is a modern day version because you mentioned the cell phone, and she like, what?
yes. Exactly.
It's like, oh no, you didn't.
But I do have a little bit out there on the fire that I'm working on. I'd rather not say right now, but it's gonna be a change for me. I'll go ahead and say it. Gospel is in my roots. I love gospel. That is my first love. And I'm working with someone now on doing my first gospel song. And hopefully 2023, I can release a full gospel album.
I can hear you singing gospel. You have a beautiful voice.
Well, thank you.
Can't wait to listen to it.
Well, thank you. I'm just constantly building my brand, of my brands. Because I'm working on my embracing my roles, my Lady Q apparel and more, my sweets and treats by Lady Q. So and seeing what all I want to put my hands on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm excited about all of that.
Is it hard to maintain everything? Or stay motivated?
Well, it's not hard to stay motivated because I'm a very motivated person. So I start my morning off with motivated speaking. I also most mornings I am sending out my motivation every morning, my morning vibes every morning. I'm sending those out on Facebook and encouraging somebody. So it encouraged me as I encourage others. So it's not really hard to stay motivated at all, like I say, but is it tiring? Yes, it is, because I still work a full-time job, which I've been on 22 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And wavering all of this and baking, yes. The baking part is the most trying part, but I do love the baking. I never thought I would, but I do. I do.
You're really an inspiring person. You remind me of Megan Thee Stallion. She went to school full time, and she didn't let her dream just go like undeferred or anything. She kept going, just like you're doing. Like you're doing all your businesses, you work your full-time job, so it is possible. Like that's inspiring to me.
Thank you. Yes, it's very possible. I tell my kids, in which I have children I have 5 in all, and I have my oldest son is 34 years old, and the other one is 30, and my daughter is 24, and then I have 2 23-year-olds. And so I told my kids when they got grown, when the youngest one got grown, I told them that I was going to go back and reach for those dreams that I had. God had gave me a vision on where to start, and I just took off. I mean, honestly, even with the baking, I mean, my youngest daughter, that's the last one in the house. She left home in May, and I had my one grandbaby that was at home. Now I have 11, but this one was at home, and we were so attached to him. I told my husband, I said, what are we gonna do with ourselves? No Poppy here anymore. But God gave me that vision. I mean, it's like I just woke up and just started baking, and it was amazing because I can cook, but I've never just loved to cook, So when I started baking, I was just really just doing something to try it out. But when my mom got a taste of my tea cakes, and I shared that on TikTok, that was her first taste. And when my mom got that taste, and it blew her away, to know that I had tapped into her secret recipe. So I was like, okay, this is a great thing. And I dreamed it. I dreamed it 2 nights in a row about starting a business out of the tea cakes. And I just went from there. And hopefully I can add more and more sweets to it. I've added candy apples. And sometimes I do like the brownies. I'm just steady adding more. Just whatever.
They look good. I saw your candy apples on your
Thank you.
page. I love it. Do you perform in Texas?
Sometimes, yes, I have.
You don't perform in the DFW area?
I have. I've performed at the Blues Palace. I performed there and another place in Dallas. Oh, I can't think of the name. I was at the Blues Palace last year. Yes, Memorial Day weekend of last year.
I missed that performance.
Yes, ma'am. I was there. I sure was.
Oh, I bet that was a cool show. I like your remix you did with Lumberjack, and you had all the Southern Soul divas. Do you have any upcoming performance dates that we should know about?
No, I got some that's not written in stone yet, but I do have some that's coming. I know I'm headed to the New Orleans area real soon, and I'll have one locally in the Monroe area. Like I say, I have a few, but nothing in stone yet. So I'm just waiting on the promoter to get back with me on about 3 of them.
Wow. How do you prep before you get on stage? Like, what is your show ritual? Do you do prayers or any vocal warm-ups?
Yes, definitely prayer. I'm going to pray every time. Every single time I'm going to pray. I would prefer my alone time, really. I would prefer being able to be alone, and just getting one-on-one intimate with God first before I step on that stage, because at the end of the day, whether I'm singing gospel or whether I'm singing the blues, I got to give God the utmost praise first. So yes, I have to do my prayer first.
That's awesome. I always was curious about how you manage your tour schedule, performing and just doing everything. Do you make it look effortless and just
not really effortless? Really? Oh wow. Well, I've tried several management teams, and like now I have a booking manager, which is my sister, but she's more on the quiet side, so she would rather not even be mentioned most of the time, but she helps me a lot, especially like the phone calls and difficult promoters to deal with. But most of the time, I'm the type of person, I'm so down to earth and I love people. So I communicate with the promoter myself. Unless I have trouble out of promoter, most of the time I'm going to communicate with him myself.
Do you have any advice for new artists trying to get into soul music?
Yes. Whether it's Southern soul, R&B, rap, gospel, whatever genre of music that you're interested in going in, number one, learn the business. It is so important that you learn the business, because I came in it and I did not know the business. I thank God for where I am today, because I was lost. I was green, very green. So to get in here and learn the business and feel my way, I mean, it's a blessing. It really is. So I say to anybody that's out there that's trying to get off into the music business, learn the business, mind your business. For real, for real. If it don't concern you, don't jump in. For real. Put some good music out there. When you get ready to go into the studio, don't just go into the studio unprepared. I've watched it a lot of times. And I think it's more the men. I don't know. Maybe they have more time. I'm sure they have more time than us females. But a lot of time they go in the studio and they just write right there in the studio. I just say, prepare yourself and make some good music, because us ladies in this genre of music, we don't get our fair shake. The females does not get their fair shake in this music. It is a man's work. So I say, make some good music.
It's really that cutthroat in the Southern soul.
Oh yes, man. Oh yes,
wow.
Man. It really is for real. I mean, us females, if you notice the flyers, if you notice a flyer, most of the flyers it's 4-5 men to one woman. Only one female added to the show. Every now and then you see 2 females on the show. So it's really cutthroat to us. And then once we get on the show, they throw us on that first. People, they gone to the concession stand or to the restroom. By the time we get up on the stage to perform, nobody even gets his ears half of the time. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So no, we don't get our fair shake at all. And the women, the queens in Southern Soul are really bringing it for real, for real. We are pushing it. You think about the female, even as far as our clothing, getting ourselves prepared for our shows. We go out, we make sure we buy the outfit, we make sure we get our hair done, our nails done, everything to prepare. So when we hit that stage, we're ready. Some of those guys look like they just came out the gym. And they hit that stage and they look just like the regular crowd. Nobody wants to go to a show and see these guys looking just like them. They want you to bring it and make a difference. You should be able to stand out as an artist. I think you should stand out once you come. Somebody see you, they should. Oh, she's somebody. I don't know who she is, but she's somebody. I just have always believed in that. I guess it comes from the modeling world. Of modeling plus size clothes. I've always believed in being fashionable. So, and that might just be a trend for me. But I think it means a lot. I mean, what about you? Do you think, what do you think about artists coming to a show and they look just like they join in with the crowd and you can't tell the artist is from the fans?
I be like, wow, I didn't know they were a performer until you look back at the flyer. But usually the artists, they outdo the crowd and they're like shiny. They have like a glow about them. But I didn't know y'all had to go through that.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Performing.
Yes, ma'am. And I've asked several of the artists, the seasoned artists. I asked the guys, I say, why the females don't get their fair shake in this genre of music? And the first thing they say is, you got to have the record. You got to have the record. You got to be able to put asses in the seats. Butts in the seats. That's what matters. And that is true. I believe that. You got to be able to put butts in the seats. So I guess they feel like females don't put butts in the seats. Well, it's kind of hard for us, really, because like I say, it is a man's world. And these females, they come to the shows to see the men. That is the honest truth.
Wow. See, the more you learn. That is crazy to me, but I know for sure you put out good music. I played your album about like 5 times, even before I finally had the courage to be like, I'm gonna reach out to Lady Q because I really like her. So it took me a whole year later to reach out.
Oh wow, yeah, you said it. I can tell. Wow.
You're amazing. I can't believe I missed a show at the Blues Palace and you were in town. I hate that. Yes, it's always the artists I want to see.
I also have modeled at the Loft Space in Dallas several times. Yeah, several times.
Before we go, would you like to tell the audience how to keep up with you and where to purchase your clothes, your tea cakes, and how to support you?
Yes. Okay. You can keep up with me by following me on social media. I'm on Facebook as Lady Q, Queen of Soul. I'm on Instagram as Lady Q, Queen of Soul. My clothing, you can find it at Lady Q Apparel and More And on TikTok, it is in my bio. Also on Instagram and Facebook, Lady Q Queen of, I'm sorry, not Lady Q Queen, Lady Q Apparel and more. My website is in my bio on my Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. My merchandise can also be purchased at Lady Q Apparel and more. I also ship tea cakes. You can inbox me. You can call the number. My number is 318-517-4710. They can call, and I just only requirement I have as far as the tea cakes is that you buy a dozen if I'm going to ship. Let's see. Yeah, I got a lot of clothing. I just don't put a lot of them on the website. Right now, I am doing a lot of pop-ups where I don't have shows. I go to these pop-up shops and I set up there. So I have a pop-up this weekend, and I have a pop-up every weekend in October. I'll be there either with clothes and my sweets and treats, or just my sweets and treats.
Awesome. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time to let me interview you. It's truly an honor.
You're welcome.
And I can't wait to catch a show. I'm Tori Donald, and you can follow me on the Tori Donald Show on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube as Tori Donald. And thank you for watching the Tori Donald Show.